Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Match Bell podcast, the place where we talk things past and present in wrestling. Today, we are doing a review of the Clash of Champions from this weekend, live from the Thunderdome. If you agree or disagree with us, leave some notes in the comments down below. Please subscribe because you will help the channel as we are new. If you prefer to listen to us as a podcast, we are available on all your favourite podcast apps. I am your host, Richard, and this is Alex, and he's not the Match Bell champion.
Oh, he's not the champion.
Oh, I knew I wasn't. It's fine. I can take it.
Next is Liam, and he is the podcast champion.
Oh,
Yes! Bask in my glory. I am the reigning, defending champion. I am the winner.
And
I'm so
just
good.
below my beard is Stephen, who came second, very close.
my stupid predictions do get me somewhere. Also, how many months do we have to do this before we stop saying we're a new podcast?
We do it forever.
We have to get over 100 subscribers.
Over
first.
100 subs.
Yeah.
That can be our 100. Come on,
Even
everyone
when we-
subscribe to us. At 100 subs, we'll stop saying we're new.
Even when we're 20 years deep, we're still a new
Because
channel.
we've still not got 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah, should we get into it? Right.
let's go.
The show starts with a hype video, voiced over by John Cena. He always gets in the
Yeah.
limelight.
Couldn't see him though.
And then we get straight into a match, which is very good in my opinion. It's the Jeff, AJ, and Sammy match. Whew! Right, this was a great one. So before the match, we get a little bit when each of them enter. So AJ Styles enters, and we show him shoving over a ladder, and that's his experience from ladder matches. Sami Zayn enters, and we get to see him powerbombing Dolph Ziggler off a ladder. Great. And Jeff Hardy killing Cesaro again. Cesaro should really go for the next dead man gimmick. AJ looked really weak in this starting package. I don't know about you guys, but it was a really rubbish showing for him. We get into the match. Yeah, go on.
Wasn't AJ in the Money in the Roof match?
Yeah, that's the
I'm
one they
just
showed,
making
but
that
they
up.
literally
Yeah,
just
that's
showed
the-
him
that's one you
shoving
pushed,
a
yeah.
ladder over. That's all it was.
That's all he did. He
Uh,
went
That's,
into a room. He
all
went
the
into a room
things-
and got scared by the Undertaker, didn't he?
Yeah, of all the things that they could have picked
I know, yeah.
from the Money in the Roof, and that's the thing they picked. Okay, anyway, carry on.
So we get some really good spots in the match. Sami Zayn getting whipped into a ladder in the corner. Styles throwing a small ladder at Sami. Jeff with that ladder spot in the corner, which was terrifying.
The one where he's upside down crawling down
yeah.
the ladder and threw him outside.
The moonsault off the announcer's table into a reverse DDT. The swanton off the ladder that landed on Sami. And the handcuff shenanigans. All major spots in this match involved Sami Zayn.
It's just the man's amazing.
Mm.
The man's
It is.
incredible.
The match finishes when Sami Zayn handcuffs Jeff's earlobe to a
Yep.
ladder, and then also manages to, I don't know how he did it, manages to handcuff himself to AJ Styles.
It's so smooth.
I know, I didn't even see it happen, and then
No.
the look on his face when he's like... and then realised he was about to get his butt kicked was really funny. And then somehow manages to squirm his way out of it and win the belts. Stephen, what did you think of this match?
Oh, this was incredible. As I said yesterday in the short video that I did, is I gave it the same score as I gave another match. No, this was my highest one, wasn't it? That I gave. It was right up there. Great match, one of the best matches of the night. All the spots you mentioned, some great spots. Sami Zayn being incredible. Yeah, and just I love the bit where Corey Graves called out Michael Cole. Michael was shouting like, "What's Jeff doing?" And then Corey was like, "You saw it in a video package. You know exactly what he's doing." Oh, well, that was really funny. Have they used that camera angle before, where they kind of look down? I don't remember that. I'm sure they have, but it stood out to me more in this match. I feel they made some really dramatic moments.
I think they
Um,
mainly use it when they're doing the ladder matches. You know, like when they've
Yeah.
got something
Yeah.
dangling from the top.
Yeah, I just don't. I know I will have seen it before. I just don't remember it. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of ladder matches generally. Not the biggest fan of triple threats, but this match was incredible. It was one of the best ladder matches of the modern era, and absolutely loved it.
Alex, what did you think, pal?
Yeah, totally agree with Steve. Loved it. Well, it's my favourite match on the show because I gave it the 5 floral necklaces on yesterday's video. Yeah, like spots were amazing. Jeff basically killing himself on that upside down ladder when he got scissored in between it. One of my notes here is just the little ladder returns. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we saw that at the last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love a little ladder spot. Yeah, love the whole handcuff shenanigans. I did see Sammy start to handcuff himself. The camera angle gave it away a little bit. You know when he bends down? Right. You can just see sort of between his legs him just slipping the handcuff over his wrist really quickly. And then the camera shoots up really quick. But yeah, the ending was just really creative. Like, just, I know what I'll do. I'll handcuff a bloke's ear to a ladder.
Yeah,
That
that's
it was.
yeah.
Go on, sorry.
No, go on.
I'm just gonna say it's really nice and refreshing to see a really intelligent heel who's doing like smart stuff like this and really going out of the box to just outsmart the opponents.
Is that the second time this year that Jeff's earlobe has been part of a storyline?
I think so. Yeah.
Because was
I think
Vince is
it's
obsessed
supposed to
with
be.
that.
with the Orton
Vin-
screwdriver, that was. Oh, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Liam,
Can
what
we,
do you think, pal?
Can I just say really quickly that
Go for it.
AJ is definitely a freak for being able to carry somebody that outweighs him on his shoulders whilst like climbing a ladder.
Having a ladder with it as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I
The
think I
guy's
could
been
do
doing
that.
some CrossFit.
I reckon I could
Oh,
do it.
do
Yeah.
you really?
Yeah, I'll lift
Oh.
I'll lift Liam next time. You know when we're practicing our moves.
Liam doesn't outweigh you. Liam's skinny.
I don't know. I've lost a lot of weight in the last month.
Liam's been putting on the gains in muscle
I'm a
wise.
small and slender boy. Leave me alone. Don't attack me.
We'll have to see weight. I'm sure I outweigh all of you.
I really liked this match. This was probably one of my favorite matches on the card. The handcuff stuff was so refreshing to see. You tend to see lots of handcuff spots where it's just handcuff them to the rope, and then it's always ending up right like the person handcuffed just detaches the turnbuckle and then somehow still manages to compete in the match. But this time, because they actually attached a handcuff through someone's stretched earlobe, what are you gonna do? You're gonna rip your own ear off? It's just not gonna happen, is it?
I expected him to do it. I don't know why, but I expected him to just
It's
do
Jeff
it.
Hardy.
I
It's
did
Jeff
have-
Hardy. He
I
would do
did have
something
this
like
really this worried pit in my stomach, like, please do not rip this thing out of your ear, because I don't want to see one earlobe become two on live TV. I was like, don't do it to me. But yeah, like the spot with Jeff jumping off the ladder, doing a swanton bomb, we called it, didn't we? We said Jeff was going to do something stupid and take himself out of the match.
He didn't get punched. It wasn't involved in the ending though.
And then the spot with AJ on where he put the ladder up as a bridge between the apron and the announce table, and I was like, oh, okay, this could go either way. This might be interesting. And then it wasn't as good as I was hoping it was going to be, that spot.
Really,
It was
looked
yeah.
like it really hit like the welts on Sammy's back as well afterwards.
Yeah, I think maybe we've been spoilt a bit with those kinds of spots by seeing people get like completely just plowed, smashed through one of the ladders and just completely like crumple in a heap below it. So I don't know. Maybe it was that. Maybe I'm just thinking too much about like those kinds of spots and not giving it its credit.
It probably
But,
would have
yeah.
had more impact if it was a crowd there.
I think so. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
if you'd heard like the ooh or the You know,
Yeah, or
just the
it's
crowd
when they go
reacting.
up and you just see everyone stand up because they're like, I need to watch this.
Yeah, and they're all like,
Yeah,
yeah.
unlike the
Um,
webcams, which have a 10-second delay.
But yeah, no, it was a really good match. Yeah, I really liked it. Great finish. I think the right person won.
Agreed. It was definitely the match of the night for me. I think it was near perfect. It was that is exactly what I want from a match. I enjoyed it a lot. The match lasted. I didn't say this. I should have. 26 minutes.
It's quite a long match.
It was a long, but it was very entertaining all the way through.
Yeah, it didn't feel long as I was watching it.
Well,
No, it didn't go long. Thought it was the right length.
it was very good. So yeah, Sami Zayn wins. Obviously, after this match, we had a backstage segment with R-Truth.
Dressed as R-Truth and Little Jimmy both dressed as old-timey prospectors.
Yeah, he came out actually on the pre-show doing this, and I think he had a misunderstanding with the name of the pay-per-view because it was called Gold Rush, and he thought it meant you have to.
What's the gold?
Yeah.
Where's the gold? What do you say? What do you call Jay? What do you say, JBL at the end?
God bless you, JBL.
God, where's the gold? God bless you, JBL. So,
Anyway, he ends up in the referee's room, and then the referee comes out to talk to him, and he ends up getting done over by the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment.
Yeah.
Small package and was it small? No,
Copyright
it was a roll up. Sorry.
Yeah, roll up.
And Drew Gulak is the champion.
Yeah. There's three things that made me laugh here.
Go for it.
First, how he was like telling the refs to enjoy their avocado toast and eggplant palms. It's just enjoy the way he said it. Then Drew Gulak lunging in the background doing his lunges, and then he was like, "Little Jimmy, you brought me to the wrong neighborhood." And it was, yeah, I love this. I love R-Truth. R-Truth is gold.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
Made Drew Gulak's reign last as long as it can.
Right there.
After this, there was
Well,
an advert for the Jey Uso Chronicles, which looks quite good. It had a lot of Samoans in there that I think I might have to give that a little watch. And then after this, we have Zelina versus Asuka. Eva Marie. Sorry, not Eva Marie. Zelina's timing was terrible in this. I'm having a little poke there because that's what it felt like watching. It felt like watching one of those women. It was. Timing was terrible in this match for me. The best interaction probably came in the last 10 seconds where there was a couple of pinning predicaments into a submission by Asuka, and she gets Zelina to tap out. After the match, Asuka says that she's like a firecracker and tries to big her up, which didn't sell for me because the match was terrible. You can, but it was rubbish.
Boo!
I've lost my train of thought now.
Boo this man.
Asuka offers the handshake. Zelina says no, and then does like a bow to show, which didn't look like it was ever a sincere thing. And then when Asuka returns it, I really wanted to kick her in the head, and she just kicked her in the gut, which looked a bit tame, really. And then Asuka yells something in Japanese. I actually have the translation here. 700 milliliters of chicken
I'm
stock.
so glad somebody does.
Oh no! It's just,
3 garlic cloves.
I thought you was actually being serious. I was excited. No.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to read you the how to make ramen.
Is that offensive? Let's move on.
Oh,
Stephen, what did you think of this match?
This exceeded my expectations. I disagree with you. I thought for someone not experienced working in the ring much, like over the last so long, I'm not talking about when before this. She's been a manager for so long. I thought she's really good. She looked exciting. Looked good heel for the division for that side of it, because all the other good heels seem to be like just Bayley basically. And yeah, I enjoyed this. It was better than I expected. I gave it 3. I gave it 3 match bells yesterday, and I'll let you all tear it apart now.
I'm not sure if these two are going to tear it apart. Alex, what did you think?
No, I enjoyed it as well, to be honest. Like, to disagree with your opinion, Richard, I thought Zelina had a decent showing in this match. Like Steve said, she's not wrestling week in, week out like everybody else, so it was a bit refreshing to see her wrestle. The last time I actually saw Zelina Vega wrestling in a ring was when I watched Fighting with My Family.
She's been in the Rumbles and stuff, but she also always just plays a comedy role. And to see her here playing a proper heel, like a legitimate competitor, I thought it was really refreshing, and I really like her as a heel.
To be fair, the major takeaway I took from this match was, God, I wish I knew Japanese.
Oh, I want to know what she said.
Most of the time,
scary.
I believe what she's saying because I've seen it on Reddit. Someone translates. Most of the time, she just repeats over and over again, "I'm the best. I'm the strongest. You suck. I'm the champion," and it's mostly just that over and over again.
She sounds scary doing it.
But she does sound really scary and intimidating.
Like, I would not mess with Asuka. She'd kick my head off.
She rolls her R's more than Delberto's ring announcer.
Yeah, she could put Ricardo Rodriguez out of business.
Go on then, Liam.
go
What
on,
did you think?
Liam. Back me up.
I am split on this match. So my what I wrote down was Zelina Vega's style is really weird because at the start of the match she looked god awful. Like Rich said, it looked like watching Eva Marie or Lana or like Kelly when she first debuted. Just really uncomfortable, like really sort of all arms and legs in the ring, not really got much spatial awareness. And then like halfway through the match, everything just suddenly seemed to click into place for her. And then she had some like great like chain wrestling. She was doing some really good stuff, working body parts. I couldn't tell because she's got such a small frame and physique that you expect her to be like a high flyer. But then she was doing all these like power moves, and I was like, Zelina, you're like 5 foot tall, and you probably weigh like 90 pounds. You're like AJ Lee. It's like AJ Lee doing Nia Jax's moveset. I was like, I'm lost. So I thought that she needed to really sort out and decide what style of wrestling she wants to wrestle. Because she military pressed Asuka at some point, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, you got twiggy arms like me. You can't be doing that. But yeah, the pinning combination at the end where she like pinned Asuka twice and then got locked into the Asuka lock. I thought that was like, oh, chef's kiss. It was so good. The
flip into the Asuka lock was
very nice.
It
just looked incredible. But that was my only complaint about this match. I thought everything else looked good. It's just that Zelina needs to sort of settle on a style because it was too all over the place. And it was putting me off.
Fair enough. I agree it was better towards the end. I felt like she was just getting into position too early or too late. And then when she got there too early, it was like she was waiting for a kick. Or if she got there too late, it was like it just didn't look as clean. It could just be the chemistry between the wrestlers. She might do better against other people, but this match in particular, it didn't sell it for me. So
you could tell that she was a bit stiff in the ring, couldn't you? At the start, like sort of finding a way around the ring a bit.
But it's not like this is her first time in a ring. Like she will have done practice matches and things.
Well,
like,
yeah, that's it. I think if you compare, sorry, Steve, go on.
I was saying she's wrestled before this. She's not always just been a manager.
Oh, I don't mean like on TV. I mean like surely they do things in the spare time where they
practicing and stuff. I mean, if you consider, I know obviously like we said she's wrestled in the past and we've seen her wrestle and be in the ring before. But if you consider this her like debut sort of main roster match, and then you look at Dominic's main roster debut match, it's night and day, the difference between the two. And you wonder whether that's to do with the competition or whether it's to do with their opponent or like what what was sort of holding them back in this match that they couldn't put on something that was as high quality as what Asuka usually does? It's really hard to tell. I don't really know
It's
what
a
the
good
answer
point.
is.
That is a good point, to be fair, because I think Asuka is capable of making somebody look $1 million, basically.
Zelina was a TNA Knockout Tag Team Champion at one point.
Was she on
I wonder if
TNA?
it was maybe just
She's been
maybe it
wrestling
was just
since 2011.
Yeah, she's 29 now. She's like she
Yeah.
looks young, but she's not.
It honestly could have just been
29's young.
butterflies.
Don't start.
It honestly could have just been butterflies, and she was just
Could have been.
nervous.
Could have been.
Like,
I
it literally
enjoy
could have
it.
just been nerves.
Should we move on?
Yeah, let's go on.
Definitely.
Next one.
After this is the Apollo Bobby match. All the way through the match, MVP's talking down to Apollo, giving him trash talk. Bobby works the arm, which I know Stephen is gonna like. Yeah, there you go.
I do like working a body part, but I don't know if that saves this match.
Apollo gets the upper hand after pushing Bobby into the ring post. It was a good match showing power versus athleticism. There was a nice suplex by Bobby, which Apollo bounced literally off the mat. There's a couple of near falls for Apollo, which I genuinely thought was going to end the match, but Bobby kicked out. Bobby eventually wins with the full... Is it called the full Bobby? Bobby...
Called the Lashley
Hurt
Lock.
Lock.
It's
Full
called the
Lashley.
Hurt Lock. It's called.
Hurt Lock.
It's got 100 different names.
Oh, it is. And
It's
then
called the
retains
full
the
Nelson
title.
from Simpsons.
What did you think, Liam? I'll go Liam first.
Oh wait, come back to me.
I'll go Alex first.
Hey. Right, I was not hyped up for this match at all because I wasn't interested in seeing a rematch. And I thought that somebody else should probably have got the chance to have a go at Bobby at this point. However, I did enjoy bits of it. I do love seeing Apollo doing his little standing moonsaults and standing shooting star presses. I know I can say, yeah, that's pretty damn impressive because I don't think any of us could do that.
Watch me.
Yeah, go for it,
We'll
mate.
be
Like,
at the local medical
you've got a
facility.
soft surface behind you there. Like,
As long
go
as you
for
do it to
on your
Liam,
matches,
Stephen,
man.
I'm fine with it.
I'm gonna do it to Liam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I the soft surface?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed MVP doing all the trash talk stuff. But it was just a bit of a kind of match. Did notice the botch though by whoever was doing the graphics, flashing up the SmackDown women's belt for just a split second.
Like I said to you, it's better than them showing the old US title because at least this is a title that they're currently being used in the company.
Yeah, plus if they showed the old title during one of the matches, I was going to get 100 points.
Yes, I'm so glad they didn't do that.
Wrong belt, wrong match. Honestly, Vince cannot read my messages. Liam, what did you have, pal?
That's what took you so long. Did you forget what letter to write?
No, I wrote it the other way around first, so it was going this way. Yeah, it was. I was so bored with this match. Oh my god! Please get Bobby and Apollo off my screen. I don't want to watch them anymore. I actually wrote my very first note. Bobby feels like he should be a main eventer. Then immediately after that, I put, never mind. But it was just so boring. Why was it so boring? I don't get it. Like, Bobby is a big dude, and I like watching the big dudes. We've gone through this before.
We've
I'm
all
like-
heard Big E's
I
speak.
am the same as Big E in regards to what I like from a wrestling match. I like the big guys just going at it.
Slapping me.
And Bobby's a big guy, and he's just not interested in me. Come on, Bobby, sort it out. Make me want to watch you.
Have a word.
Yeah, that's all I've got to
Thank
say.
you. Stephen.
I gave this match the lowest score of any match. I didn't enjoy this. I've wrote that it's a rematch of a rematch of a rematch of a program that we've had for the last 6 months, and we're all bored of it. And can we move on now, please? And it doesn't seem like that's going to happen because they carried it on again on Raw. Yeah, I didn't like it. I'm not. There's no more. We spoke about this the last 3 pay-per-views or whatever, so there's no more to say now.
I think the icing on the cake for this match is that even the announcers brought up that it's been going on for 6 months. And I
It's
was like, come on, you're even acknowledging that you're flogging a dead horse.
There was a couple of examples of that in this pay-per-view.
Oh, there was, wasn't there? There really
Yeah,
was.
but this is the other. There's so many examples of this was the rematch card, and I really enjoyed this pay-per-view overall. I didn't expect to because the amount of rematches, but this one match was the one that was most egregious to me, the one that just stood out as doing nothing different and just giving me the exact same thing again.
Yeah, boring Bobby.
It is boring, Bobby. I want a dominant Bobby. This was an improvement on their last pay-per-view match, at least.
So bored and uninterested, I
But
couldn't
that was
really
it.
tell.
Exactly, yeah. And what's Ricochet got to do with it? You know what I mean?
I forgot he was there.
Yeah, what did he do nothing?
Why somebody of Ricochet's caliber become a manager?
Yeah, somebody of Ricochet's
Oh,
caliber is nothing now, basically.
I think he was just out there to help, but there wasn't any help needed. Because every time he went over and was like, "Hey, MVP," and MVP would be like, "I'm not touching him. I'm just talking," and Ricochet go, "Oh yeah, I guess yeah, it's fine."
Yeah, you're right.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
That makes sense. Yeah, it wasn't. let me get it out. It wasn't a bad match. It was just something I've seen 100 times before, and it's
Yeah.
not going to do anything to interest me.
I was hoping that Ricochet would get in the ring afterwards and just beat Apollo up and be like, "Yeah, you are trash," and then become another member.
You're
of,
basic.
yeah, I just wanted another member. Of,
Everyone, the whole roster will be in the Hurt Business eventually.
yeah, well, they get the job done, so why not?
Oh yeah, we could have like loads of people join the Hurt Business, and then we can have the Hurt Business versus Retribution at Survivor Series. Book it, Vince. Let's do it.
Don't listen to this
anyway,
man.
let's
This
get
man
away
doesn't
from
know
it.
what he's talking about.
Let's get
I
away
hope
from
I'm
Why?
pointing the
what
right
he's
way.
saying.
Why?
Look at me when you talk to me.
Great. Would you rather just them slap a load of people get together to fight Retribution?
I'd
That's what
rather
they're gonna do.
I'd rather Retribution not be a part of it.
Oh, trust me. You
What's
heard it
new?
here first. Prediction time. Retribution will be in the Survivor Series match. I'm telling you
I
now.
know they will, but I don't want them to. Let's move on. This video is going to be 2 hours long.
Right, after this match was Andrade and Garza versus the Street Profits. Do not let Ford in a. Sorry, you're right, guys. What's up?
I wasn't expecting that.
Oh god.
You okay? Yeah.
Carry on.
Can
Carry
we
on.
continue? Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
Do not let Ford in a Money in the Bank match because that man will just jump and grab that briefcase. This was a good tag match. Especially Garza and Andrade looked really good during this match. Not a hint of. You're right, Steve.
That just got me. I wasn't expecting it.
It looked like a 2-on-1 handicap match for a lot of this match because they did a really good job of keeping the man off the apron. Eventually, there's a hot tag. Hits an anointment, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And then there is a 1-2 kick out and a 3. Unfortunately, there was an injury, and the referee did what he thought was needed and called the match early. So I'm not gonna know. I don't know if they're gonna call shenanigans on. Do we know what happened on Monday Night Raw? If this was meant to happen?
Andrade's a singles performer.
Yeah, he said that he's angry with Garza.
Fair enough.
Something like that.
If
Angelina.
he's got to now, can't he? Because he's injured. Apparently, it's not as bad as they thought. They thought it was a leg injury, and it's just a hip injury. Apparently, so it's not that bad.
That's good.
But I really enjoyed this. This is probably the best showing of either of these tag teams for me. Who did I go? Liam, what did you think of this match?
Hello. This match was probably the best tag team match on the card, I think. Purely because
The only one.
it was the only one.
Because it wasn't on the pre-show.
Yeah, because the other one was on the pre-show. No, honestly, like out of the two tag team matches, this one was definitely the better one, I think. The story that they were telling with Andrade and Angel Garza, I was so invested in it. I never thought I'd say that about those two, but the tag team wrestling that they were putting on a clinic, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose points because the Street Profits are gonna lose, and then they had the really screwy finish, and I was fuming. And I was like, how dare they steal those titles from Angel and Andrade? And I was like, oh my god, I've actually become an Andrade and Angel Garza fan because I'm so sick of the Street Profits.
Oh no, it's not because you're sick of the Street. They did a really good job in that match.
They did do an incredible job, and I think it's a combination of the two that sold me on them. Like, they performed really well. On board of the Street Profits, it was like the perfect storm. But then Raw just seems to have spoiled that for me. I feel like they could have maybe stretched this on a little bit longer with their storyline. Not with, like, doing the storyline with the Street Profits, but just sort of Angel and Andrade's storyline just carried on a little bit longer. I know he's injured, but there's ways around it. So yeah, that was what I thought of the match. It was great, and I was sad that I got it right in predictions.
Stephen?
Yeah, I thought this was the best match I've seen from these four. By far better than the last few showings. Unlike Liam, I really enjoyed the Street Profits here as well. I enjoyed what they did. I thought there's some really good tag team wrestling on both sides. Some really good hot tags.
Don't talk to me.
The fit.
Liam,
Oh,
Liam's
you're
on
on that
the-
side
he's
to
on the
me.
other side, Liam.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me. Whatever side you're on, don't talk to me.
Look at me when I talk to you.
No, Stephen, the other one.
Look at me.
Look at me when I talk to you. But yeah, the finish. At the time, I was really confused and really, but you see the ref throw the X up, and Andrade doesn't finish the match. He probably shouldn't have kicked out there. I feel like that was probably more of a botch on Andrade's part than anyone else.
He might not have known.
He might not have known. He might not have seen it. And I've always been a big Andrade fan. Like before this, I really liked him as the NXT champ. I thought he was incredible. His run as the NXT champ, and hopefully he can go on now and do some really good stuff. But yeah, I'm excited to see the Street Profits against someone new. But is there any other tag teams? I think that's it now. I think that's the tag team division done. They should probably
Start facing the women.
either that or unify the tag titles.
Well, it don't matter. I'll say that in a minute.
I think they need to unify the tag titles at this point. There's just not enough tag teams. And yeah, but I enjoyed this match. I gave it a 3.25, and yeah, I thought it was a good score.
Well, we have had a cruiserweight championship, and we have had a couple of women's tournaments. Maybe it's about time we do a tag team one and get some tag teams from around the world in.
It's been they already did a NXT tag team tournament.
Never mind, they've already done it. Oh, it's the Dusty Rhodes tournament.
Yeah,
isn't
the
it?
Dusty Rhodes
Yeah,
Classic. Yeah.
Ah, never mind. I thought I had a good idea and they've done it.
Didn't Samoa Joe and Finn Balor win it once?
They did, I think.
They won the first ever one.
Yeah, I thought so. That's a good team. Samoa Joe and Finn Balor.
That's a scary team.
Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens.
Oh, never mind. That's a scary team.
Yeah, that'd be a sick team.
Until Joe injures himself in the first 5 seconds,
Oh, bless
and then
him.
they have to throw up the X.
No,
He's
that's
one of my
carrying
fa- he's
cross,
one
that.
Yeah. No, Joe's one of my favorite wrestlers, but it's such a shame that he's not been able to stay fit. But he's a good
just-
commentator though. He's doing a
yeah.
good
He's
job on
probably,
commentary.
he's probably
He's
the best commentator at the moment.
He is,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
He's a
classic.
cracking commentator.
It's like whenever CM Punk went on to commentary. He was
Yeah, he
always-
was so good.
Yeah, that man could do it all. I mean, in fact, I
Mm.
remember an episode of Raw where there was I can't remember, there was something like they were all on strike, and I remember 3 people coming down to the ring. I think it was CM Punk.
Was it when
John
they
Cena,
was it when they had the
Triple H?
hurricane? Not the hurricane. Was it when they had to cancel all the flights because of that volcanic eruption?
No, I think it was when the NXT kept invading and everyone was like, "We're not wrestling," while
Yes.
Nexus, sorry,
Yeah,
I do what they're
yeah.
doing. And I remember CM Punk being like, "I will wrestle them up," and everyone was like, "Yeah!"
Yeah, and then he was on commentary, wasn't he? And he asked Triple H for his jacket.
yeah.
He's like, "I'll do commentary if you give me your jacket."
Yeah, yeah, that
Oh
was
man,
good.
some good times.
I was gonna say something about Samoa Joe, but I can't remember now.
Anyway, we should probably ask
Let's
Alex
move on.
what he
Let's
thought
move
of
on.
this match.
Yeah, what did you think of this match?
Yeah,
Alex?
thanks. Yeah, I was waiting for that one.
You could have joined in with any of that.
Feel free to
Yeah,
chip in.
you're allowed in the conversation.
I'll just sit in the corner,
Alex,
shut my gob,
should-
wait for my turn.
You'd obviously pre-planned what you were saying in your head, and you were like, "Don't distract yourself from saying this good thing."
No, I'm to be honest, I'm trying to think of how I can top the rainfall red cups on the next video.
I hope that the Street Profits. I'll do that every time. I don't mind.
No, yeah, I wasn't hyped for the match going into it, but my god, do I enjoy watching Montez Ford fly. Like, the man's inhuman. If, to be honest, if you want to split tag teams up, I'd be happy if they split Street Profits and gave him a bit of a push as a singles competitor.
Ready for that?
No.
I think he's a star in the making, but he's young.
I think he's a
isn't he?
star in the making, but I think also that's my dream world, and I know in the real world he's too small for Vince, and Vince will just be like, "Yeah, I'm dead on this guy after about a
Yeah,
week." But yeah, I initially when I was watching it, thought the finish was weird, and then I went back and I was like, "Oh no, like Garza was actually injured." Fair enough. That moment when Montez tried to get the hot tag and the ref just kept pulling him back for something, do you reckon that was planned, or they were just a bit off the mark?
The ref shouldn't really be getting involved in the performance and stuff, unless it's properly planned for that to happen anyway.
Yeah, because I think they had about 3 goes at trying to get the tag off, and I can't remember who got the hot tag on the other side. I think it might have been Andrade, but he just seemed to be sort of waiting for him to get going again. So it sort of took me out of the match a little bit. That.
Yeah, right. Was that the moment he got injured? Because Andrade was asking for that tag for quite a while. It seemed like a long time.
No, it was before that, I think.
Right.
Because there was a couple of hot tags, but I think it was like the first one after they'd isolated Montez for ages. When he eventually got a way to get the hot tag off, he sort of jumped at oh god, what's it called? Angelo Dawkins. Yeah, he jumped at him, and he tagged him, and then the ref was like, "No, that wasn't good." And then he was like, "Fine," jumps again. I was like, "Just tag him, like, stop doing the hop." So it sort of detached me from the match a little bit, but no, I enjoyed it in the end. It was a shame in the way it finished, but not like you can do when somebody gets injured.
Side, cool. Right, well, after this match, we get shown that there is the 2020 draft is coming up. Which I was about to
All
say.
Survivor Series.
Yeah, that might be when, if they do sort this tag division out, that might be what sorts it out.
This could also be the moment that they separate T-Bar, Slapjack, and Mace, though. They're under contract now. It's a smart thing to do. Get them away from each other.
Could you imagine? Send one to NXT.
Imagine
Imagine if they include NXT with the draft.
I reckon. I
Send
don't think
Randy
people
Orton
will.
down there.
Yeah. No.
Randy Orton drafted to NXT. Oh, that'd
yeah.
be funny.
I can see NXT superstars going to Raw and SmackDown, but not the other way.
Yeah.
It'd be smart to do it the other way because some people would be better on NXT.
Yeah, like Finn Balor's done great down
Yeah,
there.
Finn Balor's done great down there.
How's Charlotte doing? I'm not really sure on that.
She's injured.
Cool, that's good. After we find out about the draft, Drew Gulak is being interviewed and all of a sudden
Taylor.
gets hit by a mixing bowl, which is apparently R-Truth's panning pan, and then loses the title. And we thought that Drew Gulak was going to be a good champion. Never
I know.
mind.
After he just dedicated the victory to Akira Tozawa, who was eaten by a shark. My whole world turned upside down when I saw that Akira Tozawa came back on Raw. Like, I'm sure he got eaten by a shark.
I have no idea what
Apparently
you're
not.
talking about.
You didn't see?
I laughed, and then I was like, "Wait, is he being serious? Have I just laughed at a guy actually
Yeah,
being
no,
eaten by a
on Raw,
shark?"
on Raw, when he was trying to sneak up on R-Truth on the beach to get his 24/7 championship, he got eaten by a shark.
Oh right.
And and then he came back, but he's back on Raw now. He left R-Truth a letter.
Look, maybe
saying, like, if you're reading this, I've been eaten by a shark.
Was it one of the sharks from Katy Perry's Super Bowl performance?
But yeah, anyway, that's what. Go and watch it, Richard. You'll enjoy it. This is
I'll
R-Truth's
definitely give it a
40th reign now.
I was about to say, is he on like 100 yet?
40. This is.
I know that he's kicking Ric Flair's ass.
I
yeah.
think he's on 41 now. Didn't he lose it again on Raw and then get it back?
Oh, did he? I don't know.
Like,
I think Gulak won it again on Raw and then he got it
Oh.
back. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'll have a look.
surely this is like the longest they've ever committed to a storyline.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
R-Truth and his title.
Because
Yeah.
R-Truth's gold. Just give R-Truth everything.
I think
It's
if we were
literally-
just counting title reigns, like Ric Flair would be turning in his grave, wouldn't
Ric Flair's alive.
he? I know.
Yeah, he shows up later.
Premature grave.
R-Truth is now 41. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He's 41 reigns. Akira Tozawa, Drew Gulak, and R-Truth all won it on Raw.
Does that mean he's got more reigns than John Cena, Ric Flair, and Randy Orton added together?
Yeah.
Go R-Truth's gold.
So after this, we have Bailey versus no one?
Nikki Cross.
She comes out to the ring and says that Nikki ain't there and offers an open challenge, John Cena-esque. And then quickly says, "Oh, no one's coming out, never mind. Come and raise my hand, referee." And just as the referee gets in the ring, Asuka's music hits. Woo! Looking fresh as well. Obviously, that fight didn't injure her at all at the start of the night because it was terrible.
You liar. I was saying to Alex, from going to one small pre-show match to double duty on the main roster, and Asuka she's done this multiple times over the recent COVID era. She's just been the most reliable competitor of the COVID era. She's just absolute workhorse.
She's probably their best performer.
Yeah, absolute workhorse. She is incredible.
And to be honest, first matches don't phase her anyway because she looks fresh against
Yeah, when she did the
was it
Bailey
Sasha second.
Yeah, she had a match with
Yeah.
a proper match with Bailey and a proper match with Sasha, and this is incredible.
Yeah, and they were both really good matches.
Mm.
So the match doesn't go on long. There weren't really any notable moments in the match.
Mm-mm.
Bailey gets DQ'd when she uses a chair. And then as she's standing ready to maybe hit her again, she gets smashed in the back by Sasha with a neck brace on, looking like Bo Selector.
Great reference for the American fans.
Google it, it's fine. Unless
Unless
you're
you're a child, then don't Google it.
Don't Google it if
Yeah,
you're a child.
don't-
Oh, what am I doing?
Oh, this has gone off the rails so bad.
You have to put an R rating on this one.
Bailey really sells the fear in this. I thought she did a really good job. Bailey even brought in a kendo stick, and then Sasha started going Dominic-esque on Bailey, which was interesting. I'm lost. I've lost myself by making jokes. Bailey escapes the ring, makes her way up the entrance ramp, turns around looking terrified, and Sasha looking like she'd probably glad that she did because that neck brace and all.
Did anybody else hold the breath when Sasha just launched the chair at Bailey?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. After I saw what happened to Matt Hardy when Sammy Guevara just lobbed a chair at him, I was like, oh god, no, no,
Let's
again.
not have a repeat of that.
Yeah.
This was really just a setup for their match that's coming up.
Yeah.
There weren't really anything. I wonder if there would have been actually. I wonder what the plans genuinely were with Nikki Cross. Like, were they going to actually put the belt on her? Were they going to just have Sasha always come out and ruin the match? Or not ruin the match, but maybe the exact same thing was going to happen, but with Nikki Cross.
Maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, that'd be really interesting to know. Yeah, it wasn't about the match. This was it. It was only 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Sasha is doing a good Lita cosplay there, as well.
Yeah, she was.
Dressed up like Lita. And yeah, I enjoyed this for what it was. Good promos. Obviously, it's always a good promo with heel Bayley. You're always getting something good, something annoying. And yeah, I just feel like, is this not too early for this? Are we not too early for this? Are we going to have a big payoff at like Survivor Series or something?
Do you reckon Sasha
you
should have been off
can.
for a while?
No, it just doesn't seem right. It seems like it's too early. And like, are we going to drag this on all the way till Mania now? Are we going to have
It
6
can't
matches?
happen at Survivor Series because that'll be champion v champion v champion.
It depends how they do it, because they don't always do champion v champion v champion. That was just last year.
I
And
like that format though.
I do. I enjoy that format. I think it should be brands against brands. That's what Survivor
might-
Series should be.
They might do it at the Rumble.
Yeah, but it just seems early. Then what do you do for Mania? A big Becky return? Is that too early? When's Becky? I don't know.
Becky will be back for Mania probably. She takes-
Yeah.
Depends
Becky
how
might
long-
return.
Well-
Becky might return at the Rumble.
Well, no,
Can
you'll
you?
get an inkling when Seth goes off telly.
Yeah. And I suppose you've got Becky and Charlotte to come back, two of your biggest stars. You could always do something with Shayna, but I just feel like this is the big Mania match. Bayley versus Charlotte. Bayley versus Sasha. That just feels like the big match to me, and I feel like we're starting this too early.
Been dragging it on for so long now.
I know. It's already been
Right.
dragged on
Plus,
for so
plus we
long.
always say about them not doing long storylines. This could just be a long storyline to Mania.
Yeah.
As long as we don't just get constant matches between the two every single pay-per-view.
Who was that? That was Sasha and Charlotte, weren't it?
That seems like most of WWE's booking recently.
If they build it right, this will be great.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this. Very, very excited for this.
Right. Well, after this thing, we have a Randy Orton and McIntyre vignette where it talks about McIntyre's jaw and Randy chasing his 14th world title. Sorry. And then, wow, do I have a lot of notes on this? So it starts, obviously. Drew starts off dominant. Randy uses
Starts at
the
the
middle
beginning.
rope to hit to hit him in his Drew Gulags. You're welcome. Which is legal in this match, as we'll probably get told a lot
Oh
during
my
this
God,
match.
Michael Cole, stop over-explaining rules to me.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's like what? This is a wrestling thing.
Just on a quick note on that one, did anybody else think that Bailey was saying what we were all thinking when she told Michael Cole to shut up?
I really,
I
enjoy
love how
it a lot.
Bailey keeps talking to Michael Cole. Bailey's all, like, she's in the middle of a match on the top rope and she'll shout at Michael Cole. I'm just like, I love it.
Yeah, she was like, "Say my name again."
Yeah, I
But
just love it.
isn't this a thing that Kevin Owens was doing for a while?
Yeah, Kevin's
Yeah,
done
I
it
enjoyed
before.
him doing it as well.
Yeah, they're great.
Anyone hating on Michael Cole is good.
Yeah.
Not that I dislike Michael Cole, but I enjoy people hating on Michael Cole.
I like Michael Cole. I'm not a fan of the Michael Cole character on TV.
I prefer, it to that one with Jerry Lawler that time. That was so
Oh,
good
God.
nowadays.
Oh no. I always go back to that UK show where Michael Cole commentated without Vince McMahon in his ear, and he was absolutely incredible. The best commentator in the world. Then we get this. Anyway, sorry, I keep distracting us.
No, it's just find out where about it. So,
That was my fault, that one.
Randy lines up a punt, and the Big Show appears and grabs his ankle, drags him out of the ring, and choke slams him through the announcer's table. The table sold, which is different for Randy Orton. Let's
Yeah.
They will normally know Souls Randa.
when the camera pans to him and he had his face covered, my first thought was just like, oh no, retribution.
I had the same thought. I was like, who's this massive Retribution member?
Big Show's in retribution now. What's his name?
But no, it was a giant shaved thumb. Oh, don't shave, pal. Like it doesn't suit.
It
you.
looked so weird, didn't it?
It's not
There's
right.
no hair anywhere on his entire facade. It was just like, ooh.
So after the chokeslam, Drew proceeds to beat on Randy, edging him slowly towards the ambulance. Drew starts to get some crutches and some out of the ambulance, and then for some reason he pulls out a Cesaro chair. Not sure why that was there. Yeah, see, got the jokes. Drew swings with the Cesaro chair, sorry. But Randy grabs a crutch and proceeds to drive the chair into Drew's jaw, working the body part. Stephen probably liked this.
He had an injured jaw. He went for the jaw. That's good. Good stuff for me.
McIntyre then kicks the door of the ambulance off as he goes to do a Claymore because Randy dives out the way. He dived the opposite way to the way that I thought he'd go, which was quite cool. And then there's a backstage camera running, and they're in like some catering section, which was like slightly too close to the ring, I thought. And who's at this?
It was set up.
Who's at the catering section? But Christian. Yeah.
Just yeah.
Sorry, there's so many notes. I keep looking back and losing where I am. They then get back towards the ring area. The ambulance. I put Randy, but I'm obviously mean Randy. Puts McIntyre through the front window of the ambulance, and then attempts to pin him, which I quite liked that he did that because I was like, oh mate, they're so exhausted that they can't even think what they're doing. Yeah. They then work their way up to the roof of the ambulance, where Orton gets McIntyre to fall off the back, but not fall in a bad way, but fall gradually off the back of the ambulance, and then has this look in his eye like he's going to do something evil. Turns round, and who's there?
Long live the king.
But Shawn Michaels.
It was Mufasa.
Shawn Michaels then sweet chin musics Randy, and then does the whole tap to make him fall off the ambulance. I thought it could have done with a better sound of like you can just tell they're falling onto cardboard or like onto something that was safe.
We should have had the Star Wars scream.
And I want and I really wanted like a better noise.
You had a thud.
Yeah. Randy. Oh my days! I can't remember now. McIntyre just starts to make his way towards Randy and gets him towards the ambulance. And then all of a sudden there was an RKO.
Almost out of nowhere.
I've literally written, then there was an RKO. I have never written this many notes on one match. Randy puts McIntyre in the back of the ambulance, shuts one door, and then just as he's about to shut the second door, a hand grabs the door. I feel like I'm doing like a D&D type storytelling now.
I'm
pushes the door back open. McIntyre then gets out. Oh my days! There's a Claymore.
It's the best audiobook I've ever listened to.
Oh, I ain't got any dice.
He puts Orton in the back of the door, in the back of the ambulance. Starts to shut one door, and then is like, "No," and then brings him out slightly so that his head's there, and then claymores the door into his head. I'm not going off my notes anymore because I've lost where I am.
He punts him.
He punts him, yeah.
Yeah.
And then shuts the doors, and then the match is over.
That's
and
it.
then
You got there. You did
pan
it.
round to the driver's seat where Ric Flair's sat there. And he's like, "Don't worry, I won't speed," and then proceeds to drive at 1 mile an hour out of the.
You can't see through that front windscreen. It's all
I know,
shafted.
yeah, it's smashed. You can't drive that. You can't legally drive that.
No, you can't.
That was a
You're
lot.
not going to get auto glass fixing that. That's for sure.
Alex, what did you think, pal? How long was this match?
It was 21 minutes and 35 seconds.
Flipping heck.
It took 21 minutes to go through it.
Go on,
Yeah. Right. My main takeaway was I'm glad that they brought the legend story full circle. However, since then I have seen the segment on Raw and it's still going.
Let's judge this on Raw.
Hmm?
Let's not judge it on Raw. Let's judge it what you felt of the match.
Right, yeah, okay, what I felt of the match. The in-ring stuff was great. As soon as it got over to the ambulance, I was a bit like, Like, I just don't want to see this again. I saw something on Reddit today, and it was somebody saying they're having deja vu, and they literally linked it as Kofi.
Yeah.
Kofi won at Mania, and then he faced Dolph Ziggler straight away, which then Drew did at Extreme Rules, and then the next two matches were against Randy. And it's like, really? But no, like, I think Drew's a good champion. He's just not getting the story to drive his championship that he deserves, kind of thing. They're not making him look like a good champion.
No, like it didn't make him look that strong this win. I mean, it was a 4-on-1 handicap match at one point. Throughout, with everyone getting involved. He went through a table. Sorry, he went through the announcers table. He had Christian beat him. He had Shawn Michaels' finisher, and then he was pushed off the top of an ambulance. And Drew barely won.
I mean, if you're trying to paint Drew to be a badass, why does he need 4 relics essentially helping him?
I'd rather Orton win. Like, if anything, this made Orton look stronger.
Yeah, but yeah, that's I can't really say much else about it.
Stephen, what do you think, pal?
Boom. I've never enjoyed an ambulance match in my life until now.
An ambience match.
Ambience match. An ambience. Feel the ambience.
The mood lighting was all wrong.
Yeah. Until this one, I gonna. It's been too long. This has been going on for too long.
I'm just thinking about a match in potpourri at the moment. That's all I'm thinking about.
I really enjoyed this. They told a great story. It was all about Randy's recent past coming back to haunt him. I love that we've actually got some long-term storytelling, which we all complain that WWE never gives us. And there we go. We got some long-term storyline, some long-term payoffs. The argument that Drew looks weak, I don't think that's an issue here because kayfabe, Drew's jaw is broken at this point, and he's already gone over Randy anyway. So I don't think it makes him look weak. He just beat a guy with a broken jaw.
He went over Randy with a backslide. It wasn't really.
Yeah, I know, but he's got a broken jaw this match. The finish.
Sorry, I'm not a medical professional, but I'm pretty sure if you break your jaw, you don't come back that quick.
Kayfabe broken
also
jaw.
Can't speak.
Yeah.
Wired shut.
The punt to finish was a nice little send off, which I hoped would have ended the feud, but it hasn't. But I'm not going to judge the match on that. The windshield spot, Drew's back after that. All the cuts all over his back and everything. I'm like, is that a real windshield? Is that real glass that he's just had shred his back up? Because that looked really sore. It was just a brutal fight. This match had some really good storytelling, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 match bells because I really enjoyed it. And yeah, for once, it was some really good camera work. The camera stood watching the ambulance, and then his hand coming out and stuff. It was just such a good angle, such good added drama to the match, even though we knew it was coming. I enjoyed this movie. I'm the positive one.
Liam, what did you think?
It was an ambulance match. They're never really the most exciting because you have to play around the ambulance, and there's only so much that you can do around said ambulance before a lot of the spots become fairly generic and sort of telegraphed. So like, doors open, okay, the door's going to be used in some kind of spot. Okay, well, we know that Drew has a kick finisher, so he's probably going to kick the door off. Oh, look, he's kicked the door off.
I didn't think he was going to kick the door off. I thought, because the glass looked a bit weird, I thought he was going to kick the glass through. I didn't think he was going to actually kick the door off. It did make his kick look strong. Like, the claymore did look powerful.
When they opened the door and Randy was on that side of the door and Drew was also on that side of the door, I was like, well, he's not going to kick the door into Randy. He's either going to kick Randy into the door or he's going to kick the door. And then he ended up kicking the door. So I think there obviously is a little bit of leeway with like the spots, but a lot of them can be quite easily predicted, I think, with what's going to happen. And then we get to my pet hate when it comes to these sort of matches, which is what I was telling Steve before. The walking simulator.
Oh yeah, that's
Hooray!
the one.
The walking simulator, where we get to go on a tour of backstage. Hooray! So we got to see all the backstage of the Thunderdome, and it was absolutely pointless.
He's a negative.
It was absolutely pointless. We got to do the walking simulator. They threw people into some walls. The only good thing that came from the walking simulator was that we got Drew McIntyre looking like he was John Torrance from The Shining, poking his head through the door. That was the only thing where he was like poking his head through that gap in the door, and he looked like he was about to say, "Here's Johnny." That was the only thing.
There was a
that
bit
I enjoyed.
backstage where Drew picked up a really heavy bollard thing and then threw it away, and I was like, "What? Why? What? Use it! Why have you just done that? Like, it looked really heavy."
This is my issue with backstage bits when it comes to these matches, because they don't utilize the backstage effectively, and it literally just becomes throw him into the wall, throw him into the other wall, throw him through a table. Let's uproot all of the catering area. Okay, right, we've done that now about umpteen times. Let's do something different. On the plus side, I did enjoy seeing everyone, all of the coffee dodgers, come back to for one last hurrah. That was nice.
The Big Show confused me. I don't think the Big Show should have gone first.
Yeah, the Big Show was a bit odd because, like I said before, I thought it was Retribution.
Yeah, I did.
He just turns up in his COVID mask.
Plus, it would have been
like,
it would have been nice to see the Big Show at catering. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it would have made more sense.
He slimmed down a lot.
It would have made more sense for him to be backstage, I think, than Christian, because why is Christian backstage? I don't understand. But anyway, it was nice to see those people. I really liked Ric Flair driving him out. I got a good belly laugh out of that. That was great. And I do think the match ended the right way with Drew retaining, although I did predict the Randy win. But yeah, it was just
Randy, didn't we?
I think we all predicted Randy. Yeah,
We didn't actually see Edge though, did we? So
we didn't see Edge.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Not yet.
But yeah, it had its ups, it had its downs, it had its middling bits. It was sort of just an average match, I think. Yeah.
No more. No cops. No cops for you. This was a good match.
That match did not bring the smoke.
this is how I could do my ratings. I give it 1 red cup.
There we go.
Start lobbing them behind you.
Has anyone else got to go on this match? Or
No, I think I wasted all my energy reading what happened in the thing. I enjoyed it. It was good, but it was long. And I wasn't really a fan of Drew needing that much help. It was weird. I'd rather have not had the help, but had them like come out at the end and being like, "Thank you for doing that for us." That would have been good. You know, him getting like the plaudit for it. Anyway, after this, we got onto the main event. The reason why we all wanted to watch this pay-per-view. The Big Dog.
Don't give our opinions on this yet.
We were all like, will
I'm
he
gonna
come
give a
out in a
score.
vest? Will he not come out in a vest? And that
He
man
didn't.
did not come out in a vest.
Oh no, he did not.
The
He looked
internet
good.
went wild. Yeah.
The sea level rose that day.
It was cool seeing Jay coming out here with the flower necklace,
The luau.
which obviously was an important part later on. I thought Jay had a really good showing in this, and I marked out a little bit during this match, quite a bit, where I thought, you know what, they might actually have him win. But in the end, the Big Dog prevails, or the Chief prevails. Obviously, with these two being related, there was amazing chemistry during this match. Really good trust. It was just a really good amount of storytelling. And this persona that Roman Reigns has took on, where he thinks he's so good that he can even control what the referees do. I was just astonished, like, why is it taking so long for this amazing character to come out? Why have we had to hate on this guy for so long when he's obviously this talented? In the end, Roman Reigns did win after Jimmy came out and pleaded and begged Roman not to continue beating his brother down and threw in the towel. And then crawled in and just shielded him like the way you'd shield from like a dog attacking or something. Oh, a dog attacking because he was the big dog. I'm glad that's worked out. That was really
Worked out so well.
Yeah.
Beautiful, well done. Almost like it was planned.
It was just amazing. I even enjoyed the bit where he was like, "Call me your chieftain," and then Paul Heyman was like, it was almost like Paul Heyman was like, "I will say it so that you don't beat this man anymore to within an inch of his life." And Paul Heyman's like, "You are my chief. You are my chief." And he's like, "I don't want to hear it from you. I want to hear it from him." Just everything was amazing in this. It was great. Who looks like they want to talk about it most?
Steve looks like he wants to talk about it most.
He just wants to give his rating.
Yeah, go on.
All right.
Give it.
This match gets the elusive 5 out of 5 match bells.
Oof. Wow.
This was a masterclass in storytelling. This exceeded all of my expectations. This is one of the best story matches in modern wrestling anywhere. It made me anxious, it made me nervous, it made me angry, it made me sad, it made me feel emotion, which wrestling doesn't do much these days.
I cried, damn it.
I cried. Well, just when Roman came out of his top off, I cried with happiness. Oh my god, that man looks great. It didn't need a lot of big stunts. It didn't need technical. It didn't need to be a technical masterclass. It had a plan. It had a story to tell, and it did it masterfully. Roman just looks like an absolute star. Roman looks like the biggest person in that company just from this one match. The formula of the match felt very Brock Lesnar like. I don't know if that's to do with Paul Heyman's doing. It felt very much like Roman was on top. He was slow. He was methodical. He was taking him apart. And then we kept getting the comebacks, and then he shut him down. Jay sold like nothing I've ever seen. The selling of that man was incredible. Just so much emotion in him and believability. Everything felt real. And this is a 5-star match for me. I'll leave it there.
Great. Alex, what did you think, pal?
Yeah, storytelling was brilliant. Can't fault it at all. I noticed that they turned the audio up around this match. Because there was one point where I think Jay was on the other side of the ropes and Roman just slaps him off. That is the loudest slap I have ever heard.
It wasn't even the slaps. There was a couple of points where Roman went "Ah!" and like slammed into him, and it's almost like they turned it up too much and they didn't expect him to do it, and the microphone went.
Like, just the sheer sound quality to really drive what was going on in the match, and I love the dynamic that they've given him with Heyman, where Heyman was the voice for Brock essentially, whereas I feel like Heyman's Roman's hostage. And it's like, if he says the wrong thing, Roman's going to kill him and just leave him in a ditch somewhere and just not be bothered about it. Which I'm really enjoying, because if Heyman's afraid of Roman, then everyone should be afraid, basically.
It's like Frankenstein. What have I created?
Well, yeah,
100%.
Yeah, definitely. I really enjoyed it. I don't think he should have got the floral necklace thing put on him at the end of the match.
Oh no, I was fine with that.
Oh no, I just felt like it made this beastie bloke look a little bit stupid.
Tribal chief, man.
Yeah, no. I also feel like somebody's been watching Rocky IV recently before this match because it was very Ivan Drago kills Apollo Creed and then Rocky's like looking up at him like Jimmy was. So I reckon we're gonna get Jimmy against Roman when his leg's all healed up because the boy was limping a bit.
Roman just stood there, no emotion, just menacingly, just looking down at what he's done.
Nasty boy. But yeah, Roman looks awesome. I think if Dean Ambrose is ever going to make a comeback to WWE, it's because Roman made his wife thirsty on Twitter.
All that, yeah.
She could not get enough of them abs. Yeah, it was great. I think we just need to finish the transition of giving new music and get rid of that bloody dog on his Titantron. Like, leave everything else, but that daft dog graphic is awful. And the CGI thing that they do on people's entrances now. What the hell was
Liam.
that?
Liam wanted to talk about that.
About this.
I'm sorry, Liam.
No, it's fine. You've segued me in perfectly.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
That's it.
I'm
you've
glad
finished now,
I can
Alex.
can build a talking point because that
That
was just
graphic.
cool.
Oh my god! I was talking to Steve about this earlier when we were talking about graphics. Like, they have sort of now finally got a grip on doing the title graphics for the most part. Doing a few slip ups here and there, but the title graphic looks pretty good now. The entrance graphics are so hit and miss. Like, Asuka's graphic looks great. Roman's, what was that? It looked like some sort of bronze statue of Roman howling at the moon, and I was like, this is atrocious. I did not like that. It looks so bad. But yeah, I think this match was pure storytelling. Like, I did not care about the wrestling in this match. They could have just walked around the ring and talked to each other, and I would have been
Walking
happy.
simulator.
Yeah, but it's different if you walk in just circles than if you're going around and if you're going on an adventure. Like, at least if you're pacing around the ring, there's some sort of semblance of it being wrestling. But yeah, literally, they could have just stood in a ring and talked to each other, and I would have been happy with this match because the way that they were delivering the lines during, like, I don't know whether they'd sort of planned out what they were going to say or if it was just all coming out naturally, but Roman was incredible at playing this sort of, I'm better than you, and I don't even have to raise my voice to prove it. Because he didn't even have to shout. He was just like, say that I'm better. Tell me that I'm better than you. I am the chief. Tell me I'm the chief. And he never raised his voice at all. He was so calm and so relaxed throughout this whole thing as he's just beating his cousin into a pulp. And I was like, that's actually so scary that he can remain so calm while he's basically nearly killing a man.
I think this is the only match that has benefited from no crowd.
Yeah.
This massively benefited from
And I don't think it would have worked with a crowd because there would have been someone yelling out
Someone
something
shouting something.
stupid and ruining
Yeah.
it. And I think from any wrestling promotion, this is the best thing that could have happened with no crowd.
Mm-hmm. Easily. They were able to tell a story in the ring vocally, verbally,
Yeah,
which you would never have been able to do with the crowd because
Like
the
with
crowd would
most
try to get
wrestling,
themselves over.
they've looked at it as a negative, and with this match, they've looked at it as a positive, and they've used what they've got, and they've really used it well.
Yeah. And I think as well, the selling from Paul Heyman on the side of actually looking like he's intimidated by his client. Like Alex said before, Heyman looks like the hostage in this situation. And he looks like he doesn't have a say in the matter.
Mhm.
And I think that's so smart because he's gone from being Brock's mouthpiece to being Roman's plaything. And I think that just makes Roman look so deadly.
Yeah, he's
It's
almost
really
just the he's almost the guy that does Roman's paperwork.
He's
Paul's
his
his
lackey.
client, do they? He's got there's a name for him. They keep saying something like Paul's his associate or something.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a
Paul,
different
yeah.
role.
Paul is his lackey, basically.
Yeah.
He's like, you do my dirty work, and I will
Show up,
show up.
beat him and leave. Do whatever. Whatever
Yeah.
the thing is.
It's just it was amazing. Also, Jay's shoes on point.
Yeah.
Love them.
Good shoes.
So nice. Oh, stunning.
Like what this puts across now is like if this is what he does to his close family, like what's he gonna do to everybody else?
Yeah. I'm really interested to see what happens next. Like I know we said in predictions, wouldn't it be funny if he goes through the whole of the oh
Anoa'i.
god. The
Anoa'i.
Anoa'i family. Here we go, got it.
He needs to face the Rock.
Yeah,
That
we
needs to
just
happen.
spoke
Get
about
to the
this
Rock
last
at the
night,
end.
and I was like, "Oh my days! If Liam's prediction comes true, I will be very happy with this."
Yeah. So happy with that.
We didn't get Squid Magic, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah. I can't wait. Can't wait to see Roman destroying Tamina.
Roman against Nia Jax. Roman against Tamina.
No,
Just
then Roman might get injured. Right, we'll finish it there. If you have enjoyed listening to us, then please subscribe and like the video. Please tell us what you thought down in the comment section. We will reply and we will talk to you. We have been the Match Bell Podcast. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.